Hello everyone, I'm Lola Tracy. There's a chick from Tucson Hobby, and right here I have for you guys this awesome roll-off dump truck in 1/14 scale with this Scania G88 cabin and of course a U-bucket and an extra flatbed timber trailer on the back. So I'm going to show you guys how to operate this roll-off dump truck. So first things first, turn on the controller. So it always comes with the ST8 controller, and of course this is going to be the original version of this truck. In another video I did an upgraded version with, on the back over here we had a rear lift axle, but this is going to be your normal dual rear wheel axle that we have. So how to turn this on? First you have to lift up the front over here and then go under. You're going to be looking for something that feels springy, and that's going to be on both sides to unlock the cabin. So right here you're going to see the lock mechanism, so that's where you have to push to unlock the cabin. And over here our connector is always going to be an XT60. So for the battery, when the battery compartment you feel is maybe too small for a 3S battery, you can also try to use a 2S battery, just have enough power. And so for the controls of this one, SWD is going to be for your headlights and of course some rear lights. So you have to flick down and then flick up again. And that's going to turn on all our lights. That's going to be for the back and then off. So once you just push it down and let it hold, you're going to have the indicator lights turn on, but only for 3 blinks and then it stops, and 3 again. But if you push it up again. And now for the top over here on our sun visor, we do have this switch on the left that's going to only push to the right, and you're going to turn on the lights on the top. There's a few different modes on this one. So you do have the flashing light bars. So you just keep on pushing till it's off. So you can leave it on if you want, just like that, or have a little bit more excitement with the flashing. And for the sound, that's going to be our right joystick. When you push it down, you get the beep, and then when you push up, it turns on. So if the sound is a little bit low, you can always adjust it, but you have to go under. The same way, find the 2 locks. Remember to open the front. So the volume control knob is right over here. So all you have to do is turn it the other way. That's going to go all the way down, and then turn it up if you need more sound. So we have to remember for this truck, it does have 3-speed transmission, but for the lights, we also gotta check out the back. So you have your bright red daylights, and then when you reverse, you have the white lights. And then you also have some brake lights, so they turn bright red. And of course, the indicator lights as well. So for the speed right now, we're on the high speed. I'm trying my best to not drive off of the table, but it has super good brakes on the chassis. So this is SWB pushed all the way up. That's going to be high speed. Let's go back. And then push SWB to the middle, you get medium speed. You can push throttle all the way and you still be safe. And then finally, all the way down, that's slow speed. So this truck is really easy to control. I really like it. So right now I have these 2 dump trucks. So this is the original version, and then this is going to be the upgraded version that I showed you guys in the last video. I'll link it up for you if you need to see it. So you can see you have 2 different buckets. So that's going to be the U bucket, and then this is going to be the bin bucket. So you can actually just simply remove them. Let's try to. They're all exchangeable. So that some of the controls are going to be the same for the hydraulics, but some of the other ones are a little bit switched because they're different buckets. So for this bucket, it has an openable door with a lock-in mechanism so that you can easily open. But for this one, you need to be able to tilt the bucket for it to actually open. But that only happens when we are actually lowering it down over at the truck. So for this 8x8 roll-off, the customer actually wanted to get this extra flatbed timber trailer for it. So it is a full metal piece, and it has these parts that you can actually install on these parts when he gets it. So you can easily just put it on. Works the same way as every other bucket, but you need to make sure all of them are well aligned. And once that's done, you can roll it back. And of course, for the tailgates, these are going to be manually removable. All you have to do is disconnect this part and then they can drop. But they're only gonna work once you drop this entire thing on the ground, and then they can reach the ground. So connecting the supports is really easy. Just make sure they fit and all should be fine. So all of these parts, everything is metal over here. And now for the other differences, so over here we only have 2 front steering axles. This is the original version, but on the upgraded version, you get 3 steering axles with the rear one being a lift axle as well. And for our upgraded version over here, the last axle is going to be only a single wheel axle. And then for the original, that's going to be dual rear wheel axles on each side. Also, it does have quite a really good pivot on the original one. While on this upgradable one, the pivot isn't really much since we're using air suspension instead. So for the original truck over here, it does have this support beam with some bits of suspension, and that's why it's able to move the way that it does. So you can see there's a lot more pivoting space. While over here, because of the lift axle, we had to exchange it for some air suspension, which leaves not much for pivoting axles, and there's a support bar that connects them, but it's not mobile. So for the original version over here, the differential lock for all the 4 axles is going to be this one right over here. So our switch VRA, you have to rotate it. And then for the transfer case differential, that's going to be over right here on SWA. So you can tell from the rear axles on the original one, we just have our normal axles with a lot more pivoting space. And for the upgraded one over here, we do have the electric motor for the lift axle with only 1 wheel on each side. And of course, we do have some more air suspension, and you don't really get much wiggle room for this one. All right, everyone. Now that was our awesome 8x8 1/14 scale hydraulic roll-off dump truck with, of course, the U-bucket and the timber flatbed to go in addition to it. So what do you guys think of the original version versus the upgraded version? And of course, if you guys want to get this one for yourself or anything similar, just let me know and contact me, Little Tracy from Toucan Hobby, and I'll help you guys out. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.